As you can tell by the title of the video, I decided to farm out 25 of the 920 Hero Nightfalls. This week it's the Scarlet Keep. Average runtime was probably about 16 minutes, 15-16 minutes, with a score of around 90,000. The pinnacle drop is not possible this week. The highest score you can get is somewhere around 97,000. Killing every single champion and killing every single ad. So, why the 920? There's two main points that got me curious about the drop rates. The first is there is matchmaking. Matchmaking helps out the players that don't have a solid team. You know, this might be the only Nightfall they can do. 950s are not soloable for the average player. The second point is there were reports questioning the exotic drop rates. So in game, as you can see here, exotic gear is labeled as uncommon, enhancement cores are labeled as uncommon, and enhancement prisms are labeled as rare. So diving into the data here and starting with enhancement cores, I had a grand total of 40 enhancement cores across the 25 total runs for an average of 1.6 cores per run. We had 11 cases of receiving 1 core, 13 cases of receiving 2 cores, and 1 single case of receiving 3 cores at the end of a 920 Nightfall. Next we have enhancement prisms, in which I received a total of 10 across the 25 total runs for a 0.4 prisms per run. Next we have mods, in which I received a grand total of 3. 3 divided by the 25 total Nightfall runs equals 0.12 mods per run, or a 12% chance at a mod per run. It is important to note that all mods dropped from Nightfalls are enhanced. Lastly, we have exotics, in which I received a grand total of 2 out of the 25 total runs for an 8% chance at an exotic per run. So the last section of this video will just be my personal thoughts on the Nightfall loot and thoughts on how the Nightfalls play, so stick around if you want to hear my thoughts. If not, you've got your data. So starting with the loot, I believe that enhancement cores are in a great spot. 40 across the 25 total runs is not bad. For the 25 total runs, it probably took 6, 7, 8 hours of grinding. It was around 15 minutes per run, sometimes more, sometimes less. Obviously, there's queue times as well. But 40 enhancement cores, not bad. Enhancement prisms, I believe they could have been bumped up. In my opinion, could have been doubled. The grind wasn't rewarding at all, and I get that it's the 920 Nightfalls, but it's important to remember that for a lot of players, these are the highest Nightfalls that they can do, and 10 enhancement prisms, I can buy 1 Ascendant Shard for a full day of just playing Destiny, a full day of grinding Nightfalls. The average player wouldn't even want to do that. So, and it's important to remember that an Ascendant Shard you cannot even get from the 920 Nightfalls. Enhanced mods, I had a total of 3, and I believe this is fine. It's a 12% chance at a mod per run, and Nightfalls aren't even the best spot to get these enhanced mods. You can go to the Iron Banner, so it's just another alleyway. Get those mods that you miss. Maybe you miss Iron Banner. Maybe you don't like playing Crucible. So, I think those numbers are great. Exotics, 2 out of 25, I was not impressed with at all. Nightfalls were supposed to be the place where you can grind out exotics, and therefore grind out exotic affinities. And if you're getting 2 for every 8 hours of play, you're not even gonna get the exotics that you want to drop. And then they're furthermore limited by the elemental affinities. Good luck getting transversive steps with Void if you want to snipe in Crucible. So not too impressed with that. Moving on to my thoughts on the gameplay of the Nightfalls. Obviously we have kind of 2 parts here. We have Nightfalls in general and the Scarlet Keep. So starting with the Scarlet Keep, big fan of the Nightfall. It's very open-ended. There's linear parts, but it's very open-ended in certain areas. You have the plates room, where you have center, left, and right, as well as the orbs with the witches right in the beginning, left and right. So there's kind of, different strategies you can go about splitting your team up however you like, and I like that. Very open-ended. Leaves room for strategy, unlike strikes like the 7th and Song, where it's extremely linear. not much you can go, not much you can do there. Gameplay wise, for Nightfall Strikes in general this season, Shadowkeep. Really enjoying the mods, really enjoying the overload, barrier, all of that. Adds a whole new challenge to these Nightfalls. Obviously, as you go up to the 950s and 980s, they become a lot more challenging than they would without these, past seasons, like Forsaken, leveling up the card. Like, sure, they were beefier. Maybe you had a mod on, maybe you just couldn't get one hit melee, but I feel like this is a real challenge. It requires real team composition. So, really, really enjoying these Nightfalls this season. And that's about it for me. So I hope you guys enjoyed the data, enjoyed my thoughts on it if you lasted that long. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching.
Hashladoon is dead.
This is a relief to hear. But Hashladoon's presence is no coincidence. The Hive must have grander ambitions for the Pyramid's influences. Return to me,